Hey everyone! So I've finally gotten around to doing the Q&A video. I'm sorry for how long this has taken me. I've had varying complications, including not only school and personal life, but also technical. My laptop has died, and I'm actually now recording this on a different laptop because I'm having issues with my video camera. So I do apologize for the video and sound quality of this video. But that being said, with no further ado, I'm going to get right into your questions here. So here we go. Well, obviously, since I'm doing Q&A videos, I'm not totally opposed to questions. That being said, there are a couple of questions that do kind of irk me a little, I will admit. One in person and one in the online community. So the one in person actually pertains to my body painting, or well, not my body painting, to being body painted. And the number one question I get, and you may have read an article on Geek Girls of a similar title saying, "Are you naked?" This question kind of gets to me because it's really frustrating, and one of the points I tried to illustrate in the article is that it really depends. It depends on what you define as naked. I don't view myself as naked when I'm body painted, but there are other people where their definitions may conflict with mine, and so it's really not necessarily up for me to decide. That being said, either way, in my opinion, it's an art form, and is that really relevant to that? You know, if you're looking at classical sculptures, are you concerned that they're naked? Is that the point, or is the point that it's an art form? So that's the question I kind of wish I wouldn't get so much in person, but then to that end, I don't really expect that to change. So yeah, that's that question. Sorry, it's really cold in here. That's why I'm still in my Shenron onesie. So I apologize for the stuttering and the brain freeze. It's freezing. Uh, yeah, and then the online question. So the online question that kind of gets to me, usually it's not even a question. Sometimes it's a letter, a number, and a letter. Share for share, or S for S with a link. These kind of bother me because it feels like you're not really putting any effort into it and you're just sort of spamming around looking for likes. If you reach out to me and you're like, hey, I follow your page, I really like this work that you do, or even on the other side, hey, I'm trying to promote my own work, this is stuff that I do, I think you might be interested in it, then I might be inclined to take a look. But to just sort of spam around and be like, oh, share for share, share for share, for me, the whole point of being on Facebook isn't the like count. For me, it's actually being able to interact with the community and have people view my work and get opinions and interaction. So yeah, share for share, not a huge question that I get behind. All right, next question. So for this question, you guys might actually want to make sure that the captions below, the little CC down there, is clicked, because unless you understand American Sign Language, you may not actually understand what it is I'm going to tell you. I'm not really that adventurous with my pizza eating. If there's someone else in the room that likes pineapple, I will always try and get a Hawaiian. The Cajun sort of hates pineapple, so my options to get that are usually pretty limited. Um, Otherwise, feta. I like to put feta, bacon, and pepperoni on pizzas. But yeah, no, I'm not that adventurous. I've never tried sardines or anything too crazy. I probably would try it given the chance, but yeah, not really so weird on the pizza toppings. To be honest, the biggest dream cosplay I ever had was never Rogue so much as it was Belle from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. There's something about that yellow dress. I've watched that movie more times than I can possibly count. It's just, it's always been that sort of, 5-year-old rogue's dream to be Belle, and not only getting to be Belle, but be Belle and have the Beast with me. That was a pretty amazing experience. And you may not be aware, but in fact, I did not make the yellow dress. The yellow dress was a winter solstice gift from Don't Panic Cosplay. And so, not only getting to complete my dream cosplay, but being able to complete it by having a dress made for me by one of my best friends, a wig that was purchased for me by my father, which was very supportive and made me very happy, and then getting to do it with my partner as the Beast. It was just an amazing experience, and I really thank Amelie, Amelie Photography, for shooting that concept. You'll soon see the full set going up on Geek Girls. But yeah, that was really the dream cosplay of mine. I'm sure, I mean, I have a huge bucket list of cosplays I'd still like to do, but that was always the big dream. You know, I always wanted to be Belle, whether it was, you know, working at Disney World or on stage or whatever the case may be. And so getting a chance to cosplay Belle, that was really amazing. A cosplay I would never do. I'm always hesitant to say never. Never say never. Because the second I say never, there'll end up being some rendition or some reason as to why I end up doing whatever it is I said I'd never do. That being said, the character that I've sort of always put forward as one that I would never have an interest in doing is Harley Quinn. I want to take this moment to disclaim and say this is personally my perspective and what I've seen and been exposed to in regards to Harley Quinn. I understand that everybody has different relationships to different characters, storylines, how you come about them, how you're exposed to them, what your first impression was, etc. So I am not trying to diminish anyone else's love or attachment for the character of Harley Quinn and how she may be a great role model to them or what have you. That is entirely plausible, and for those people, I commend you. But my personal experience of Harley Quinn is very dark, and I don't mean to say that in just like a villainy sort of way, but there's been a lot of portrayals of abuse and suicide. The DC had the contest where you had to draw Harley Quinn tying herself down to the train tracks with an oncoming train, or in a bathtub with, you know, electronics above her and a look on her face that reads, "Oh well." And a lot of portrayals of her and her relationship with Joker. It's very abusive, and there's just a part of that that's never really sat well with me. Making light of sort of abuse situations, not just spousal abuse situations, but mental health issues and whatnot. And I don't necessarily mean to say that every comic is making light of it. And again, everyone's relationship to characters is different. There's just always something about Harley that hasn't sat well with me. And so I can't imagine that I'd ever really cosplay her. Can I ask a clarification question? Are there other superheroes in the world? Or other superpowers in the world? If the answer is yes, I want Rogue's powers. Because I think it would be really handy to be, you know, I need telepathy today. Dibs. Or I temporarily need to have super strength. Yoink. Or I need your healing factor. Hey, how's it going? It would be handy to have Rogue's powers when she's learned to control them, not before then. But that being said, I'd take them either way. On the flip side, if there are no other superheroes or superpowers in this world, I would want time manipulation. And I don't just mean going back or going forward in time, although that would be cool if that's included as well. I would also want to be able to slow it down or speed it up and sort of Piper style freeze it. I think that would be fun. Would I be a little chaotic neutral with that? Maybe. Because I think kind of like Flash or Quicksilver, if you can move that faster, if you can freeze time and sort of change things around and step out and unfreeze it and just sort of watch it happen, I think I'd have a lot of fun with that, but I'd still think I'd be a good person. I hope. So if I'm not mistaken, this question is directly related to a character from the Forgotten Realms series. So if any of you are familiar with the Drizzt, I believe it is, series, I don't actually read them, but my boyfriend the Cajun, he reads them. So I'm assuming that you, based on the question, you've looked up the character on Google and found maybe a few different art pieces, but you're not particularly content with any of the renderings that you've seen. First and foremost, I think it's always best to find inspiration in yourself. So if you're artistically inclined, if you can sketch, paint, draw a version of this character and work on your own concept, I personally really favor that. It's something I've started getting into a little more with characters like my warrior Belle or Beastmaster Belle that you can see behind me here. Um, if you're not artistically inclined, can you write up a description, like summarizing characteristics and what you want to include, maybe styles of cloaks or tunics or whatever it is they wear, and give it to a friend of yours who's an artist, and have them come up with it and then work off of that rendering? Or even commission an artist. If you look up, either in conventions in Artists Alley or going through Facebook, find an artist that you really like their style, give them a written description of what you're looking for, and see what they come up with, and then base your cosplay off of that. If you're not fond of working off of artwork bases, personally, I love just wandering through Value Village with a character in mind, or any other sort of thrift shop, and just looking around. You'd be amazed what finding a piece can do, or, wandering even costume shops. If you find a central piece to base things off of, sometimes just throwing together and piecing together different items will be what's best. I also think it's important to remember, as with any cosplay, your first generation of it, you might love it, you might hate it, but it's still a first gen suit. It sometimes takes a while to perfect a character or to find a character, and as has been mentioned, if you're not particularly satisfied with any of the visual images of this character that you found to date, then it may take you some time to sort of nail down what exactly it is you're looking for. I hope that helps. To be honest, guys, I don't really have a lot on the docket coming up. I'm looking forward to the Yuletide break. School's been very demanding. The program I'm in is very intense, so I really haven't had any time to put towards cosplay building. So it's going to be really nice to have a break eventually and get to work on some new concepts that I have that I am dying to get started working on, but time, money, resources haven't been a thing. I know I showed you guys recently that I got the armor books from Kamui Cosplay, and I'm very excited to start working with armor, but yeah, unfortunately right now homework has taken precedent, which is why things like this video have taken a huge backseat, and I do apologize for that, but school, expensive, important, Alright, last question. There are many fictional characters I would like to meet. Off the top of my head, obviously Belle would be a nice one. Gambit. Can't say I'd say no to meeting Gambit. There are a lot of characters for a lot of different reasons. I think at the moment, though, I'd probably want to meet Daenerys Targaryen. And I want to be clear, I would meet her from the television series, not from the books. I don't know what's going on in book world with Daenerys. I haven't read the books yet, for shame, I know. But I don't want to ruin the TV show for myself because I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to read those when the TV series is done. So I would like to speak to television world Daenerys. And again, Daenerys, not Emilia Clarke, because she's beautiful and wonderful and I love her. But Daenerys, I would like to look at her and just grab her by the shoulders and shake her. What are you doing? You don't chain dragons. You leave the poor dragons alone. Well, not leave them alone. You should have been training them. What have you been doing? You could have taken like Jorah and Barristan and been like, hey, you guys, you're politically savvy. You run this political stuff. I'm gonna be over here training these 3 dragons, because even the other guys back in Valyria had to train dragons, and they had all their magic and knew what they were doing. And you have 3, and it's just you, and I'm not over it. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a long while. I'm really nervous for this upcoming season. I'm really nervous for how much I'm probably going to hate her. And it's so upsetting because I loved her. I loved her for so long and I really looked up to her and admired her. But she just... I'm bald, guys. That finale episode when yeah, this. I may or may not have had to like pause the episode, go snuggle a cat or 3 for 10 minutes and then go back and finish it. And it was like 2 scenes in. It was awful. Okay, anyway, I'm over it. So yeah, I guess one of those characters, Gambit, would be a lot of fun to meet, I think. Belle would be a lot of fun to meet. But yeah, I'd probably Daenerys just to give her a good... Mother of Dragons or not, what are you doing? So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for your questions. I am so sorry this video was so delayed. I can make excuses, but you guys are better than that and deserve better than that. So next time, I promise, I will set a more realistic deadline for myself and be more punctual with getting these videos out. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Other than that, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and all of that fun stuff. See you guys later. Bye!